Welcome to the fourth and final episode of An Art Witch Halloween. Today I want to get back to the pagan origins of Halloween, over 2,000 years ago with the Celtic tradition of Samhain. This tradition marked the time between harvest season and winter, when the veil between the earthly realm and the spiritual world was the thinnest. Embracing the spookier, mystical side of nature is perfectly captured in folk tradition, and that is the theme of today's crafts. Our first craft comes deep from the forests of Russia. A cackling crone full of magic and wisdom, yet fearsome and powerful. Baba Yaga is described as a witch, a perfect figure for Halloween, but it's her creepy hut perched on a pair of chicken legs that I want to craft today. The chicken legs are the most important feature of Baba Yaga's hut, so I'm starting with those and creating armatures out of stiff wire. Next, I'm covering the wire in air-dry clay to sculpt out the design. I'll leave those to dry for a couple of days. For the hut, I'm building a basic house shape out of cardboard. I need a front and back, 2 sides, and 2 roof pieces. If math isn't your strong suit, start with 1 piece at a time, make a copy of it, then base your other dimensions off that so everything fits together. I want the front of the hut to have a stained glass window, so I'm cutting a circle out of the cardboard. Coffee stirrers are perfect for wooden slats. You can attach them with hot glue and trim them with a craft knife. You can create a simple door with a piece of cardboard or create a door frame with coffee stirrers. I'm making sure to cut a hole in the back so I can slip an electric tea light into the hut when I'm finished. Before cladding the sides of the hut, I'm gluing the structure together. Don't forget to add a base. I also glued a piece of tissue paper to the inside of the window. The last pieces you'll glue on are the roof. I wanted the roof to have a different texture, so I'm scoring out chunks and revealing the corrugation underneath. Now it's time to paint. I'm using fine black lines to create a stained glass look on the window. The last element to paint is the chicken feet. I thought the legs needed some britches, so I cut a hole in a dried Chinese lantern plant to slip over the top. As this hut is living in the forest, it's nice to add natural elements. A little hut fit for Baba Yaga. You've probably heard of the origin story of that icon of Halloween, the jack-o'-lantern. As the Irish folktale goes, Jack was a mischievous rogue who, after playing one too many tricks on the devil himself, was banned from both heaven and hell upon his death. The devil decided to throw him a bone, or rather, a lump of coal. Jack carved himself a lantern out of a turnip, added the lump of coal, and used his makeshift lantern to light the way, as he was forever doomed to walk the earth. As the tradition evolved, the turnip became the pumpkin, but I think there's a way to unite past and present using a different plant entirely. Chinese lantern plants produce the most beautiful bulbs on their branches that dry perfectly and combine the shape of a turnip with the color of a pumpkin. I'm going to turn them into little ornaments by first attaching a small wire to the stem. Choose the broadest side and paint a jack-o'-lantern expression with acrylic paint. String them together to make a garland, or if you happen to have made a Halloween tree this year, hang them up as ornaments. I am a firm believer that it's important to start your own seasonal traditions and use them to write your own folklore. This year, I wanted to create a kind of Halloween deity, or patron saint, if you will, to watch over my home, celebrate this time of year, and liaise between the spirit realm and this earthly plane. When I envision this figure, naturally he needs an animal skull for a head. I'm using air dry clay, but polymer clay would also work well for this. Twigs work great for antlers. I'm poking a hole through the back so I can slip some wire through it later. Once the clay dries, I can paint on some details. My deity's skeleton will be a simple frame of wire. I'm attaching the frame to a piece of gray board. I made little hands out of felt that will emerge from his cloak. I'm gluing on some scraps of batting to bulk out his frame. Adding a wire to the head gives it more security once it's glued on. For the cloak, I'm just using a simple rectangle of linen that's folded at the edge and glued to the body in strategic spots to give it the right shape. Excess fabric at the bottom is trimmed, tucked under, and glued in place. I'm making him a little garland by gluing dried flowers to a piece of string. If you do this on a piece of parchment paper, the glue won't stick to your work surface and you can peel the string right off. A deity needs a staff, and I have just the thing. I think he's the perfect being to call in the Halloween season. Thank you for joining me on my Halloween crafting adventures this month. Let me know in the comments if there is a particular craft you like, or if you want me to do this series again next year. I hope you have a thoroughly cozy and spooky Halloween.